The Vikings were once a ferocious polytheistic warrior culture. That was until they converted to Christianity in the year 1000, but this wasn't the only religion they may have turned to. The Vikings had been in contact with Islam, and how would history have changed had the Vikings turned to the Crecent Moon instead of the cross? In this video, we will speculate how the Viking conversion to Islam would have changed world history. This is Knowledge Voyage. But before this video starts, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the bell so that you can get all of our weekly videos about history. Thank you. The Vikings were actually good candidates for converting to Islam. Like the Arabs, they had lived in a harsh environment that bred battle-hardened men and a fierce sense of family loyalty. Many Mongols who had also come from a harsh environment on the Asian steppe had converted to Islam. Clearly, coming from a harsh environment, especially one where battle was commonplace and family loyalty was the only safe harbour, was a good predictor of becoming Muslim. And so the Vikings' frosty homeland would have been a good candidate for this. So how could the Vikings have become Muslim? The first possibility is via the Viking kingdom of Kiev. The ethnic Viking king was so interested in Islam, he even invited Muslim missionaries to introduce the faith to him. However, in our timeline, he opted for Eastern Orthodox Christianity instead. But had he adopted Islam, it is likely many of his courtiers and subjects would have followed suit. The result would have been an Islamic Kievian Rus, and from here, it is likely Islam could have spread up to the Viking Scandinavian heartland, and thus turned this Muslim too. Another way the Vikings could have become Muslim is via Spain. The Vikings had raided Muslim-controlled Spain, but never in any large numbers, and had never settled there. But let us suppose in an alternative timeline, the Vikings hacked out territory in Muslim Iberia, similar to the Danelaw they hacked out of Christian England. The English example in our timeline showed that when Viking territory was next door to a monotheistic culture, the Vikings eventually adopted the monotheistic religion of their neighbours, and there is no reason a Viking Spanish Danelaw could not have eased Vikings into becoming Muslim. So how would Viking Islam have developed? For starters, the raids on Christian lands would no longer have been just motivated by plunder, but by a holy war against the Christian infidel. One can only imagine the sight of Vikings storming up the beaches of European countries to the thunderous shouts of Allahu Akbar. And Mecca would have seen ships full of blonde-haired, blue-eyed Viking pilgrims on their way to the Hajj. It is possible the Norse language would have abandoned runes in favour of Arabic script, not the Western script, and the modern languages of Swedish, Danish and Norwegian would have had heavy influxes of Arab words. Of course, we can never know what life would have been like had the Vikings become Muslim, but it is certainly one of history's most thought-provoking what-ifs. Thanks for watching everyone, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.